when you read the script, what was your first impression?
My first impression was if I get this part, I'll be in a scene that's unforgettable. And that's always a goal, you know. You want to do stuff that sticks in people's memory. And I just figured this is one of those movies for me if I get it, and I got it. Sometimes you can look at it and you go, well, this is cool, but you can see that if they're long on material, they might cut this scene. You might end up on the cutting room floor. But this is not that case. I just knew reading this that if I get this, I'll be part of something that people will remember a long time.
So you're giving hints, but you're not giving away exactly what you're gonna do in this particular scene. I see
Yeah, I don't want to like, give anything away, but I'll just say that every movie has peak moments, has a climax. And I got to be a part of a peak moment.
Was it like, I mean, filming this movie in the middle of a pandemic?
It was hard. The only way we could do it was to practice the protocols. And the first thing that came to mind was that you had to wear a mask on the set at all times when you weren't actually on camera doing the scene. So every time you finished the scene, there was plenty of people whose job it was to enforce this, would walk right up to your face immediately and say, "Where's your mask?" And then you have to think, well, where did I stick it? Did I stick it under, where did I hide it on the set? And if you can't remember instantly, here's another mask. And so you're finishing every single scene and putting a mask on. And the thing that it makes you realize is that we so depend on being able to look at each other's faces when we're finished to decide how people are going through this. You want to know basically, how was that for you, right? It's like you're trying to figure out if you're on the right path or if you need to adjust. And that's the currency of it, is to get the consensus that we're all in this together, and we're in good shape with how we're working off each other. It was very difficult to have that interrupted by this need to cover our faces. And then you finally get the mask on, and now you're looking at your partner's faces, and there's a lot of anxiety. It was a very intense scene, and that was difficult to get over, having to like deal with covering our faces. I will say one thing that I will ever love Jake Gyllenhaal for is a couple times, we're supposed to keep our distance. A couple times he just leaned in and said something to me real quietly that was really useful. He sort of broke that protocol to my benefit. So bless his heart for doing that.
A lot of people have been doing very crazy things after they've seen movies. Do you think this one is going to encourage some people to hop in an ambulance?
Boy, I hope not. I hope not. I think, when it's a cautionary tale, because, these guys have it in their minds why it's necessary for them to do what they decide to do. But then you watch them once, it goes sideways, you watch them have to deal with a constant flow of crises, and every single new circumstance forces them to think of, okay, now that it's turned into this, what do I have to do to cause the least harm? They're still trying to behave as humans who are empathetic on a certain level. And so, the thing that bleeds them and bleeds you is the stress of them trying to constantly adjust to the new circumstance that the sideways event has morphed into as it goes along. It's really, really compelling to watch them fight to retain their humanity and their responsibility to each other, because they're brothers. It's an amazing thing to watch, and hopefully nobody will get the idea in their mind to go off and rob a bank from this. I really doubt anybody would.